Well, good afternoon, everyone. Please turn the camera on so that we can start with today's class. Thank you, Genesis. Thank you, Brazy. Good afternoon. Welcome. Natasha and Karen, please turn your camera on so that we can start with today's class. Now, we're going to start by reviewing some of the topics that we were checking yesterday. So the last topic that we checked yesterday was about verbs plus prepositions, and we're going to remember them so that we can go on with the activities. Now, yesterday we were checking the verb arrive. Okay, so that is the first verb that we are going to remember. ¿Qué significa arrive? Who remembers? What is arrive?
Arribar.
Yeah, arribar o llegar. Habíamos dicho que arrive in, we use it for cities or countries, and arrive at for buildings. Now, then we have wait or wait for. What is the meaning of wait?
Esperar.
Esperar, very good. And we said that we use the preposition for when we say that we want to wait for a person or for something. Then we have depend on, para decir depender de. Okay, then we have agree. Do you remember the meaning of agree? What is agree?
De acuerdo.
Yeah, very good. Estar de acuerdo. So, for example, do you agree with my idea? ¿Estás de acuerdo con mi idea? Then we have ask for. What is the meaning of ask for?
Decir.
Pedir.
Yeah, pedir. That is the correct one. Por ejemplo, si queremos pedir, no sé, un vaso de agua, queremos pedir algo a la carta, we use ask for. For example, ask for a glass of water or ask for help. Para decir pedir ayuda. Very good. Then we have invite somebody to, and we also had pay for. What is the meaning of pay? What is pay?
Pagar.
Pagar.
Very good. Like you're in a restaurant and you pay for the meal or you pay for dinner. Then we had speak to someone about something and spend money on. Okay, so what is the meaning of spend money? What is spend money?
Gastar dinero.
Yeah, gastar dinero. Si quiero decir gastar dinero en algo, digo spend money on something. Okay, then we had write to, then we have worry about, para decir preocuparse por algo. Then we have fall in love with, enamorarse de, talk about, think of, and click on. Okay, so all of these we checked yesterday. I will send you again the slides because we are going to do the exercise that it was homework. But not all of you were able to do it. So, actually, este ejercicio inicialmente estaba en la unidad 2. Let me check. Okay, inicialmente estaba en la unidad 2B. Yeah. Pero fue cambiado por sistemas porque realmente aquí debía estar otro ejercicio. Entonces, este vocabulario vocabulary bank, que es el que corresponde a las diapositivas, lo van a encontrar en la unidad 3B. So please open the Moodle platform and let's go to unit 3B. So you have unit 2C, 3A, and then you scroll down up to unit 3B. This is unit 3B. Then you have the vocabulary section. Aquí está, vocabulary verbs plus prepositions. Y este es el ejercicio. Vocabulary Bank 1B, complete the prepositions with a word from the list. Igual les voy a pasar el link. Les va a salir un mensaje, simplemente lo aceptan e ingresan con su usuario y contraseña. Now, this is the activity that we have to do. So we're going to have 5 minutes. You have to complete using one of the words that we have in here. Okay. Now let me send you the name of the activity. So you need it. Repeat. Okay, so we're going to start checking the exercise. Now, Piedad, good afternoon, welcome. Piedad, can you please read exercise 1, 2, and 3 with the correct answers?
Perdón, ¿es conmigo?
Yes.
Repeat the question, please.
Yeah, can you read exercise 1, 2, and 3 with the correct answers?
I arrived in Paris on Friday night. I was very tired when I arrived at the hotel. I hate waiting for people who were late.
Very good. Thank you very much, Piedad. So I arrived in Paris. So Paris is a city. That's what we use in. And I arrived at the hotel. The hotel is something smaller. So that's what we use at. Now let's continue with number 4, 5, and 6. Natasha, can you please read them? 4A, B, 5, and 6.
What are you doing to do in the weekend?
What are you going to do? Are you sure on the weekend?
In the weekend.
Well, we are going to
Oh.
check. Okay, la vamos a poner y al final revisamos. Okay. Letter B.
I don't know. It depends for the weather
Yeah, depend. We have it in here. Depend
on.
on the weather. Very good. Depend on the weather. And number 5, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, but I really don't agree for you.
Agree. What is the answer?
With you.
Agree with you. And number 6, I asked.
I ask. I don't know. I ask for
Yes. 4, continue a chicken.
a chicken sandwich, but this is tuna.
Very good. I asked for a chicken sandwich, but this is tuna. Very good. Thank you very much, Natasha. Genesis, do you have the answers for 7, 8, and 9?
Okay. Let's invite David team to the party.
Yes.
Was going to pay for the meals.
Very good.
I need to speak to Martin about the meeting.
Very good. Thank you very much. Now, Karen, can you please read number 10, 11, and 12?
I don't spend much money on food. Are you going to ride with him soon? She fell in love with a man she met on internet.
She fell in love with a man. Yeah, can you repeat number 11, Karen?
Are you going to ride with him soon?
Yeah, ride. We have it in here. Ride. What is the correct preposition? To, yeah, right to, para escribirle a alguien, right to. Okay, just let me reply to Susan, she cannot log in. Susan, please check this message. Susan. Okay, let's go on. And we have number 14 and 15. Jose, can you please help us with 14 and 15?
You're not listening. What are you thinking about?
Yes.
About. What do you think about Shakira?
Yeah. Okay, so in here we have a little difference. And we have it in here. Okay, cuando decimos think about, es pensar en algo, como ¿qué estás pensando? Then we think about. Cuando queremos decir qué piensas de una persona, entonces decimos think of. Por ejemplo, what do you think of Adele? Now, she's a great singer, okay? So, sometimes there are synonyms, but sometimes there's this little difference. But anyway, we are going to check to make sure that everything is correct. And yeah, actually this in, when we are talking about the weekend, remember that the correct one is at the weekend. Cuando queremos decir en el fin de semana, we usually say it at the weekend. Okay, so check your answers and we are going to move on to the next activity. Now for today, we have a listening comprehension. And for that, you are going to listen. I'm going to play the audio and you are going to tell me what you understand from the audio. Okay? So, recuerden que cuando tenemos ejercicios de listening, es importante que traten de comprender palabras claves in order to understand the general idea in the audio. Now, I will play the audio. Try to understand, try to take notes, and then we'll talk about it. Okay, but first, okay. Vamos a tener un poco de contexto para que sepan más o menos de qué se trata el audio. Okay, so this is listening. And the topic is the image that cost a fortune. Now, Karen, can you please read exercise 1?
Look at the famous photo, which one was on the cover of many magazines around the world in the 1960s.
Yes, so we have this picture. The topic or the name of this picture is the image that cost a fortune. We have two questions. Where do you think these people are? So where do you think this is happening in the picture? Where, in which city or in which country do you think this is happening? Any ideas? Jose, maybe your idea, where do you think this picture is? Where do you think it's happening?
Puede ser ay, perdón.
Yeah, go on, Natasha. If you have an idea, go on.
Puede ser como una protesta o
Yeah.
algo así.
Yeah, very good. It is a manifestation, but where, in which city or in which country do you think this is happening?
In England?
England.
England could be. Okay. Now, this, well, we are going to read this, and then we are going to listen so that you have an idea about the audio. Now, we have the image that cost a fortune. Now, I'm going to have, Karen, can you please read the paragraph that we have in here?
The image that cost a fortune. Caroline de Verden was born in 1940. She was the granddaughter of Count, no sé cómo se dice eso, a rich aristocrat who owned a lot of property in Paris and Monaco. Although he had other grandchildren, the Count decided to leave all his money to Caroline. I never knew why, says Caroline. Perhaps because I was pretty. He paid for her to go to very expensive schools in England, and he hoped that she could marry well. Perhaps a member of a European royal family, but Caroline was a rebel. She went to New York and worked there for a short time as a model. Then in 1968, when she was 28 years old, she returned to Paris.
Thank you very much, Karen. So we have in here the main character. So the main character is Caroline de Bender. And who was she? She was the granddaughter of Count Maurice de Bender, who was a rich person from who had property in Paris and Monaco. Okay, so Monaco is a state that is very rich, and it's also in Europe. Okay, now we are going to listen to an audio, which is the next part of this story, and you are going to try to understand what the audio says. Okay, and then we're going to be commenting about it. Now I'll play the audio, and you are going to try to understand as much as you can. Now let's listen.
1.44. En mai 1968, je suis rentrée à Paris.
In May 1968, I came back to Paris. It was a very exciting time. There were a lot of demonstrations and fighting between students and the police. I wasn't really interested in politics. I wasn't a communist or an anarchist, but I loved the atmosphere. All the students were fighting for freedom, for revolution, and the French police were everywhere. On May the 15th, I was with thousands of other young people. We were walking towards the Place de la Bastille. I was tired, so a friend picked me up and I sat on his shoulders. Another boy, who was walking next to us, was carrying a Vietnamese flag. It was the time of the Vietnam War. And he said to me, "Hey, could you carry the flag for me?" And I said, "Okay." There was so much happening that I didn't notice all the photographers. The next day, the photo was on the cover of magazines all over the world. When my grandfather saw it, he immediately ordered me to come to his house. He was furious, really, really angry. He said, "That's it, you're a communist. I'm not going to leave you anything, not a penny." I walked out of the room and I never saw him again. 6 months later, he died, and I didn't get any money from him. Nothing.
So, Natasha, do you have any ideas?
Sí, antes de que se me olvide. Al principio estaba hablando que quería como que regresar a París, algo así.
Yeah.
Ajá.
Can you say it in English?
First, she
Said.
she said that she wants to return to Paris.
To Paris, yes. Yeah, so we know that it's happening in Paris.
And
Mhm.
then she said o sea, como que el ambiente
Yeah.
was great because was a manifestation. And then say to flat, o sea, había una bandera, o sea, una chica le
Yes.
pidió que si ella podía tener la bandera por ella, por decir así. Y ya, y de ahí fue que tomaron la foto, y de ahí no entendí mucho más que eso.
Okay, yeah, very good, Natasha. That was the first part in which she talks about the atmosphere. So ella habla de atmósfera, the atmosphere, but she's talking about how she was feeling. And yeah, there was a flag. Did anybody else understand something else, maybe?
Entendí también que había constantes disputas entre estudiantes y policías.
Yeah.
Había comunistas, anarquistas, que el abuelo de ella estaba súper enojado
Yes.
y que
Yeah.
murió 6 años después.
Yeah, very good. That is key. That is very important for the story. We're talking about the grandfather as well. Now, Jose, do you have any other idea? No, were you going to add something else?
She says something about Vietnam. I don't
Yes.
know more. about
Yeah.
this.
Yeah, she was talking about the Vietnam War, and she was talking about the Vietnamese flag. Very good.
Yes.
Thank you for your participation. We are going to let me download this activity and let me upload it in your folder. Now we are going to have activity number 31, in which you are going to answer the questions. First, we have some questions based on the picture, and then we have some listening comprehension. Okay, so in the first part, you are going to reply, where do you think the people are? Okay, and what do you think is happening? Then you are going to read this part again, and this is your opinion. You are going to say why you think this this article or this picture is called the image that cost a fortune, okay? Esto lo realizan sin escuchar el audio because it's what you understand. And then you listen to the audio and you complete with the words that we have in here, okay? So we are going to have 10 minutes for this activity. Susan, good afternoon and welcome. Como pudiste ver, Susan, hay una nueva página para Moodle. So there's where you have to log in. Now, we are doing this activity, which is listening comprehension. We answer the questions, the first 3 questions, based on the pictures and on the article. And then we listen and we answer, we complete the text. This first part is in French, and then the rest is in English. Now, we are going to have 10 minutes. We'll be in silence so that you can listen without any interruptions. If you have any questions, you can text me through the chat box. Okay, guys, so we are going to start checking. And okay, we have in here the first part. We have en 1968, je suis rentré à Paris. Then starting from here, Piedad, can you please start reading the first part?
In May 1968, I came back to Paris. It was a very exciting time. There were a lot of demonstrations and fightings between students and the police. I wasn't really interested in politics. I wasn't a communist or an anarchist, but I loved the atmosphere. All the students are fighting for freedom, for revolution, and the French police were everywhere. On May the 15th, I was with thousands of other young people. We were walking towards the place de la Bastille. I was tired, so a friend picked me up, and it saw on his shoulders another boy who was walking next to us was carrying a Vietnamese flag. It was the time of the Vietnam War, and so to me, "Hey, could you carry the flag for me?" And I said, "Okay." There was so much happening. All the photographers. The next day, the photo was on the cover of magazines all over the world.
Thank you. Yeah, so far, thank you. So we have with my grandfather. Let's continue with Susan. Can you please continue reading the text? With my grandfather.
No completé, o sea, me faltaba completar el resto del texto.
Okay. Let's go on with Genesis. Do you have the answers for the rest of the paragraphs? No. No. Okay, Karen, can you help us with the last part?
When my grandfather saw it, he immediately, or no sé cómo decir esa parte,
Ordered
me to come to his house. He was furious, really, really angry. He said, "That's it, you're a communist. I'm not going to leave you anything, not a penny." I walked out of the room and I never saw him again. 6 months later, he died, and I didn't get any money from him. Nothing.
Very good. I didn't get any money from him. Nothing. So, based on the audio, why is the picture called The Image That Cost a Fortune? So why that title? Who can explain that?
Because the grandfather didn't leave any money to his granddaughter.
Very good.
The girl from the picture.
Exactly, because he saw her on the picture that she was in the manifestations, so he thought that she was a communist. Okay, very good. Let's continue with the next part, and we are going to go to the Moodle platform. Remember that we are Unit 2B, and right now we are going to move to Unit 2C. Let me just... Okay, en la unidad 2B, the last exercise is the audio that we just heard. This is Unit 1C. Let me scroll down to Unit 2B. Ok, aquí en la unidad 2B, el último ejercicio es el listening. Ok, y este lo van a hacer como deber. Ok, listen and choose the correct answer. So you have to listen again, and you need to choose the correct answer. Okay, you already have the transcript. So this is going to be homework, and we are going to move to Unit 2C, which is One Dark October Evening student book. You are going to listen to a story and you are going to complete it using the words that we have in here. Let me just give you 2 attempts. Okay, so I repeat, we are now on Unit 2C, One Dark October Evening, and we are going to do the first exercise, which is listening. Okay, so what do you have to do? You have to listen and you have to complete using the words that we have here on top. Okay, so please, let's do this. It's very easy. We are going to have 4 minutes for this, and we're going to be in silence. Okay, so we are going to check. I'll play the audio and then we'll check the answers.
1.45. Hannah met Jamie in the summer of 2010. It was Hannah's 21st birthday, and she and her friends went to a club. They wanted to dance, but they didn't like the music, so Hannah went to speak to the DJ.
This music is awful,
She said,
Could
Could you play something else?
The DJ looked at her and said,
Don't worry, I have the perfect song for you.
2 minutes later, he said,
The next song is by Scouting for Girls. It's called Blue as Your Eyes, and it's for a beautiful girl who's dancing over there.
Hannah knew that the song was for her. When Hannah and her friends left the club, the DJ was waiting for her at the door.
Hi, I'm Jamie.
He said to Hannah.
Can I see you again?
So Hannah gave him her phone number. Next day, Jamie phoned Hannah and invited her to dinner. He took her to a very romantic French restaurant and they talked all evening.
Did he really?
Yeah, but you were throwing some amazing shapes though. I mean, I just couldn't stop looking at you.
Oh, shut up.
Although the food wasn't very good, they had a wonderful time. After that, Jamie and Hannah saw each other every day. Every evening when Hannah finished work, they met at 5:30 in a coffee bar in the high street. They were madly in love. One evening in October, Hannah was at work. As usual, she was going to meet Jamie at 5:30. It was dark and it was raining. She looked at her watch. It was 5:20. She was going to be late. She ran to her car and got in. At 5:25, she was driving along the high street. She was going very fast because she was in a hurry. Suddenly, a man ran across the road. He was wearing a dark coat, so Hannah didn't see him at first. Quickly, she put her foot on the brake.
Okay, so what is the first answer in here?
2 minutes later.
2 minutes later. Okay, we'll check at the end. After that, when, okay. After that,
Next day.
next day. After that,
After that,
after that. And after that,
One evening in October.
one evening in October. Okay, we're gonna check. Let me make this smaller. One evening in October. And the last one is
Suddenly.
suddenly. Very good. What is the meaning of suddenly? Who knows?
De repente.
De repente. Yeah, very good. Repentinamente, de repente. We have next day, al siguiente día, 2 minutes later, after that, and one evening in October. Okay, we're gonna check to make sure that it is correct. And yes, it is. Okay, with this, we are going to start a new topic, which is about time sequencers. Now, but before we do that, we are going to do the next activity on Moodle. Now, we have in here, after grammar, time sequencers, exercise 1A, we have exercise 1C. So it says from memory, try to complete these sentences from the story. We have 3 words. We have so, because, and although. Okay, so we're going to try to complete the words using the correct word. To complete the sentences, sorry, using the correct word. Now, it's just 3 sentences. We have so, we have because, and we have although. Okay, let's do this activity. We have 3 minutes, and then we'll check. Remember that we are on Unit 2C. Okay. So we're gonna check. Now, Karen, can you please read sentence number 1? She was going.
She was going very fast because she was in a hurry.
Very good. Piedad, can you please read number 2?
Although the food wasn't very good, they had a wonderful time.
Very good. Genesis, can you please read number 3?
Okay. He was wearing a dark coat, so Hannah didn't see him out first.
At first, very good. She was going very fast because, porque, esto lo usamos para explicar una causa, okay, or a reason. She was going very fast. Porque she was going very fast because she was in a hurry. Although, aunque la comida no estaba muy buena, they had a wonderful time, okay? And he was wearing a dark coat, so él tenía puesto una dark coat, así que Hannah no lo vio al comienzo. Este so es muy poco usado en español. Nosotros no usamos esa estructura, pero en inglés es muy, muy usado para explicar una consecuencia. So, the cause is that he was wearing a dark coat, and what is the consequence? Hannah didn't see him at first. So is very used in English, so we need to get used to it. Now, okay, we're gonna check to make sure that everything is correct. And yes, it is. Now, after this, we are going to check some time sequencers that can help us tell a story or that can help us follow steps in order to do something.
Dave, head of marketing at a ketchup company, about to use Grammarly to handle a tight deadline.
Okay, so pay attention to the video, please. This is about time sequencers, words that are going to help us tell.
Welcome to English Lesson 2. Time sequencers. Hima first, then later. This is Sally. Sally wants to make an omelette. Steps for making an omelette. Break the eggs. Heat a frying pan. Pour the beaten eggs. Cook for 2 minutes. And put the omelette into a plate. Time sequencers list. First, then, next, after that, later, and finally. حاولوا ترتبوهم. First, you break the eggs. Then, you heat the frying pan. Next, you pour the beaten eggs. After that, you cook for 2 minutes. And finally, you put the omelette into a plate.
Okay, so as you can see in the video, these are words that can help us create a sequence or to tell a story. Now, we have some in here. We are going to check the sentences that we have in here. Genesis, can you please read sentence number 1 and sentence number 2?
Okay. On our first day, we went to the cinema. After that, we started meeting every day. On Thursday, I have argument with my boss. Next day, I decide to look for a new job.
A new job, very good. Okay, so what is the meaning of after that? ¿Qué significa after that?
Después de eso.
Después de eso, ya. Entonces yo estoy contando algo, digo, bueno, fuimos al cine, hicimos eso, y después de eso, and after that, we did this. Okay, next, para decir el siguiente, next day, next, I don't know, next week, or the following day, We can use that in order to talk about what is going to happen next. Now, let's continue. Susan, can you please read the last 3 sentences that we have in here?
We sat down to eat. 2 minutes later, the phone rang.
Yep.
When I come out of the club, he was waiting for me.
Mhm.
The accident happened when I was crossing the road.
The road, yes. We sat down to eat. 2 minutes later, 2 minutos después, the phone rang. When I came out of the club, he was waiting for me, or the accident happened when I was crossing the road. So as you can see, when can be at the beginning or in the middle of the sentence. Now, we have in here other, well, I will share these slides with you so that you can check them as well. And in here we have some time sequencers. Okay, we are going to read them. Well, you are going to listen to me and you're going to repeat. Listen and repeat after me. First, then, next, after that, before that, and finally. So pay attention to the pronunciation of this word. Let me go back. Okay. Esta palabra, recuerden, cuando tenemos IR, pronunciamos como que fuera Decimos first. No decimos first, sino first. Remember, this is pronounced First, then, next, after that, before that, and finally. Finally is used for the end of the story or for the final step in a sequence. Okay. So after this, we're going to play quizzes in order to make sure that you have totally understood this topic. And you are going to choose the correct answer. Well, this is about time sequencers and also some conjunctions. Now, I will send you the link. And what you have to do is, as usual, you have to log in using your name and your last name. Now, please click on the link so that we can start playing.
Mister, I can use the link. I don't know. You can send me with.
Yeah, here's the code. Write this on the browser, joinmyquiz.com, and then you type the code.
Okay.
Let me copy the code. Okay, so who else is missing? Is Natasha here? Yeah, Natasha's here. Brazy, Karen, Piedad, Genesis, Susan. Jairo, can you please join the game? And Natalia, can you please join the game? Remember that this is class participation. If there are no cameras, if there are no audios, and if there is no participation, it's like you're not in class, okay? So pay attention to that. We're gonna start the game. Well, congratulations to Piedad, Jose, and Karen, who are in the first places. Now, we're going to continue with the next part. And for that, we're going to be working again on the Moodle platform. So after 1C, we have grammar 1A. Put the sentences in the right order. Now, we are going to do this exercise, and all you have to do is just to write the correct number in order for the story to make sense. Okay, so I repeat, this is unit 2C, and we're going to do exercise 1A. Put the sentences in the right order. Now, we're gonna have 4 minutes for this activity, and then we'll check. Okay, guys, so we are going to check. Now, which of these sentences is number 1? Who can help me with number 1?
One day in 2011, I was standing in the queue for a bus.
Very good. One day in 2011, I was standing in the queue for a bus. What is the meaning of queue? What is queue?
Parada.
Yeah, a little bit.
Esperar.
Yeah. Any other ideas? In the queue, like for example, when you're in the bank, you're lining up, you're in the queue. There are other people.
En la línea.
Yeah, exactly. En la fila. O haciendo cola. That's the word. This is one day estaba en la cola. I mean, I was lining up for the bus. That is the meaning of queue. It's a synonym for lining up.
Row.
Yeah. So one day in 2011, I was standing in the queue for a bus. Now, what is number 2?
Suddenly, a man ran in front of me and got on the bus.
Very good. Suddenly, a man ran in front of me. This man passed by me, and he got on the bus. Very good. Number 3.
Then another man tried to do the
The
same.
same. Okay. And what happened after that?
And when the second man went in front of me, I told him to go and stand in a queue for a bus.
When the second man went in front of me, I told him to go and stay in the queue for a bus. Do we all agree on that?
Yes,
Yep.
it's correct.
Okay. And what happened after that?
He told me he was a policeman and that they were looking for a thief.
Yes. After that, what happened?
A few seconds later, the first policeman got off the bus. What a man.
Yes. And after that?
After that, a police car came and looked the man away.
And took the man away. And finally, next day, I read the story in the newspaper. Okay, we're gonna check. And yeah, everything is correct. Now, as you can see, we have some words in here that can help us put the events in chronological order. We have, for example, next day. Okay, this is a time sequencer. When, a few seconds later, suddenly, after that, then, etc. All of these words help us create a chronology in the events, in the sequence of the events. Okay, so we are going to continue. Yes, we're going to continue working. And the next topic that we are going to check is verb phrases. Como vimos ayer, hay ciertos verbos en inglés que trabajan con preposiciones específicas. Por ejemplo, ask for or invite someone to. Okay, these are called sometimes collocations, which are words that are always together. And that's what we're going to check today, some examples of verb phrases. Okay. We have the first one, which is have a wonderful evening. Now, Natasha, can you please read the sentence that we have in here?
Yes, I had a wonderful evening last night with my friends.
Very good. I had a wonderful evening last night with my friends. Ok, en español no solemos decir tanto como que tuve una maravillosa noche, simplemente decimos la pasé bien, pero en inglés muy usado, ok? So had a wonderful evening or had a wonderful time. That means that it was great, okay? Now let's move on to the next one, and then we have the word drive. Genesis, can you please read the two sentences that we have in here?
Okay. Marcos drives along the high street. He drives in a hurry.
Hurry, very good. Okay, Marco drives along the high street. What do you think a high street is? What is high street?
Avenida o perimetral. O sea, como
Vía-
una calle principal.
Exactly.
Vía rápida.
Exactly. Una vía rápida, una calle principal, una avenida. For example, we can say in here, do we have high street? Yeah, we can say, for example, perimetral, I think is a high street because it's kind of fast. Okay, and then we have he drives in a hurry. What is the meaning of in a hurry?
Como en urgencia, o sea, como en una emergencia. Algo así.
Exactly.
O apurado.
Yeah, apurado. Okay, él maneja in a hurry, él maneja apurado. Okay, then we have the next collocation, which is meet in a coffee bar. Piedad, can you please read the sentence that we have in here?
I met my friends in a coffee bar yesterday.
Very good. So we had said that meet is when you see somebody face to face. Meet, recuerden que tiene dos connotaciones. Puede ser encontrar a alguien, conocer a alguien por primera vez, o encontrarse a alguien en algún lado. Como que meet friends, or meet your partner somewhere, etc. And here we have meet in a coffee bar. Then we have give somebody something. Natasha, do you want to read?
Yes, I have a question. I don't understand the difference to meet with one E or double E.
Okay, very good question, Natasha. So meet is in present. This is present, conocer. Y cuando está con una sola E, se pronuncia met, es el pasado. Okay, so meet is present and met es pasado. Entonces aquí sería yo yo me encontré con mis amigos in a coffee bar yesterday. You're welcome. Now let's continue with the next one. We had give somebody something. Natasha, can you please read the two sentences?
And yes, okay.
Genesis, can you help us with the two sentences?
Okay. I gave Marcos my phone number. Susan gave Charlotte his email address.
Very good. Ok, dense cuenta de la estructura. Como yo digo darle algo a alguien. En inglés primero nombro a la persona, que es somebody. Y luego nombro lo que le estoy dando. For example, I gave, yo le di a Marcos my phone number. I gave Marcos my phone number. Okay? Pay attention because the structure is different than in Spanish. Okay? And we have Susan gave Charles her email address. Primero digo la persona y luego lo que le estoy dando. I give my mom a kiss, for example, or I gave my friend money. That is the correct structure in order to create sentences with give. Then we have take somebody to a restaurant. Susan, can you please read the sentence that we have in here?
Take somebody to a restaurant. Kevin took his girlfriend to a restaurant last week.
Very good. ¿Qué significa take somebody to a restaurant? Who knows?
Como invitar a alguien.
Yeah, something like that. Any other idea? We have the verb take. Okay, so take, remember that it has many meanings. Uno de los significados es tomar, pero en este caso es llevar. Por eso cuando van a comprar algo, ustedes le dicen here or to take away. Entonces take es llevar. En este caso, llevar a alguien a un restaurante. Okay. También funciona con las cosas. Yo puedo decir, I can take, I don't know, my camera so that I can take pictures. Okay, it's when you move something or somebody to another place. Then we have wait. Now, Jose, can you please read the two sentences that we have in here?
Okay, I waited for Stephanie in a coffee bar. My mom wait for me for about 2 hours.
Very good. So remember that wait is usually followed by for. I waited for Stephanie. And my mom waited for me. Then we have be in a hurry. Now, Karen, can you please read the sentences that we have in here?
Hi, Sadrine. Do you have a minute? No, sorry. I am in a hurry. Sorry for not taking your call when you called me. I was in a hurry.
Okay, we say that in a hurry significa estar apurado, pero dense cuenta de la estructura. La estructura es be in a hurry. So if you want to say estoy apurado, ustedes dicen I am in a hurry. Okay, or she is in a hurry, or we're in a hurry. That is the correct structure. Then we have the verb play. Now, Piedad, can you please read the sentences for the verb play?
I want to listen to music. Can you play a Bruno Mars song? Joe is great. He can play the guitar and the piano.
Very good. Okay, recuerden que play también tiene muchos significados. So, play puede ser reproducir, como reproducir una canción. Hi, en español también decimos poner o tocar. Puedes poner la canción, I don't know, Eternal Flame. So can you play, please, Eternal Flame? So in order to express that, we use the verb play. But we also use it for musical instruments, like play the guitar, tocar la guitarra. Okay, like when you know how to play. También sabemos que significa jugar, so there are many meanings that you need to take into account. And the last one, I know we have two more. This is the word leave, which is very important as well. Now, Genesis, can you please read the sentences that we have in here?
Okay. What time did you leave the group? We leave the group in a hurry because it was very late. It was 4
a.m. Very good. So leave también es un verbo que tiene muchos significados, ¿ok? Y generalmente significa irse de algún lugar. Entonces si yo quiero decir me voy de la casa, digo I leave the house. In this case, I leave the club, or we left the club. That means that we went away from the club because it was late. So that is the correct structure. Digo leave y luego digo el lugar de donde me estoy yendo. Leave the house, leave work, leave the office, leave my country. That means that I'm running away from that place. And finally, we have run across the road. Jose, can you please read the last sentence that we have in here?
Yes, the kid ran across the road to go to school.
Very good. So what do you understand by run across the road? What do you think this means?
Correr cruzando la calle.
Very good. Okay, so you are on one side of the road, then you run across. Across significa al otro lado de. So I'm running across the street or across the road. As you can see in here, the kid is running from this side to the other side of the road, and he's running across the road. So across is moving from one side to another side. Okay, now is everything clear about this? I will share the slides with you as usual. Let me just present again. These are verb phrases. And we are going to do the we're going to do the next activity. Okay, so este de aquí va a quedar de ver también, es stressed, tienen que escoger la sílaba donde está el stress, la mayor fuerza de voz. Ya la va a poner también en el archivo de deberes. And we're going to move to the next activity, which is vocabulary. Verb phrases, make verb phrases with a verb. Now, open Moodle, please. Remember that we are on Unit 2C. Make the verb phrases with a verb. Let me just close all of this. And we are going to have 4 minutes for doing this activity. Now, take into account the slides that I shared with you. Now, do you understand this activity? Yes? Okay, good. Now, we have 4 minutes, and then we'll check. Okay, guys. So we are going to start checking. So for a wonderful evening, what is the verb?
Have.
Have a wonderful evening. Very good. Along the high street or in a hurry.
Drive.
Drive.
Drive along the high street. Very good. Or drive in a hurry. In a coffee bar.
Meet.
Meet.
Meet in a coffee bar. You can also meet, I don't know, in a club, in a restaurant, etc. Somebody your email address or your phone number.
Take.
Hmm?
Give.
What do you think? Take?
Give.
Yeah, give. Give somebody your email address. Darle a alguien tu email address or your phone number. Somebody to a restaurant.
Take.
Take. Llevar a alguien a un restaurante. Very good. For somebody or in a coffee bar.
Wait.
Wait. Very good. Cuando esperan a alguien dicen wait for somebody. También puede ser esperar en un coffee bar. Wait in a coffee bar. In a hurry.
Be.
Be.
Be in a hurry. Very good. A song.
Play a song.
Play.
Play a song. Very good. The club.
Leave.
Leave. Very good. Cuando nos vamos de un lugar, decimos leave más el lugar del que nos vamos. Leave the club, leave the house, leave work, leave, I don't know, the restaurant, the mall, etc. And finally, across the road.
Run.
Run across the road. Very good. So we're going to check that everything is correct. And yes, everything is correct. Now, is everything okay? Do you understand all of the things that we have been studying? Yes? No questions? Remember that you can ask any question anytime. Okay, so we're going to start Unit 3A. Ya pasamos la unidad 3A. And we are going to start with the first activity. We have look at the airport signs and match them to the words and phrases below. Okay, so you are going to write the correct name, the correct number in here according to the picture. Now, this is a picture. You can make it bigger so that you can see it better. And we're going to be doing this activity. Now, remember that this is Unit 3A. And we're going to start with this activity. Okay, we're going to have 4 minutes for doing this activity. And then we'll check. Now, if you don't know a word, you can ask me. Okay, so we're going to check. Now for arrivals, what number do you have for arrivals?
3.
3. Okay, for baggage drop-off.
1.
Okay, we'll check at the end. For baggage reclaim.
Is 1.
Yeah, this is 1. The previous one was number 7. Okay. For check-in.
9.
9.
9.
9.
Customs.
8.
8. Okay, recuerden customs significa aduanas. So customs. Departures.
2.
2. Yeah, very good. So arrivals es los vuelos que llegan, and departures son los que se van. Okay, you understand that part. Gates.
11.
11. Okay, gates son las puertas de embarque. Lifts.
5.
5. Yeah. Lifts, there is also a synonym here in America. We have elevator. Okay. Lift is mainly used in the United Kingdom. Now, passport control.
10.
10.
10. Terminal.
4.
4. Toilets.
12.
12. And trolley.
6.
6. Yeah, trolley es ese carrito que utilizan para las maletas. That is a trolley. Okay, so we're gonna check anyway. And yes, everything is correct. Now we're going to. Okay, I think we're gonna do this next activity, which is listening. Okay, so you are going to listen and you're going to check and you are going to complete. Now we're gonna finish with this activity because it's a little bit long. So you have 3 people. You have Olivia, you have Matthew, and you have Lily, okay? So you need to answer where they're going, why, and any other information that you may understand from the audio, okay? So you're gonna listen in silence for 5 minutes, and you're going to write down here the answers, and then we'll check, okay? So I repeat, this is to be, listen, and check your answers. So we're gonna be in silence. If you have any questions, you can text me through the chat box.
$1.55. Olivia.
Okay, guys. So we're going to listen once, and then we're going to add the information.
1.55. Olivia.
Excuse me, do you have a moment?
Yes, sure.
Where are you going?
To Nicaragua.
For a holiday?
No, I'm going to do voluntary work. I'm going to teach English to young children.
Where exactly in Nicaragua are you going?
To a town called Esteli. It's about 150 kilometers from Managua.
How long are you going to be there for?
I'm going to be in Esteli for 6 weeks, and after that, I'm going to travel around Nicaragua for a month.
That sounds amazing.
Yes, I'm really looking forward to it.
Are you feeling nervous at all?
A bit, because I don't speak much Spanish. But they're going to give us a 40-hour language course when we arrive, so I hope that's enough to start with.
Well, good luck and have a great time.
Thanks. I'm sure it's going to be a fantastic experience.
Okay, so where is Olivia going?
Nicaragua.
To Nicaragua. Very good. Why?
She's a volunteer and she's going to teach English.
Yeah. She's going to teach English. What other information did you understand?
She going to live in Esteli for 6 weeks.
Yes. Very good. What else?
Ella está preocupada porque no habla mucho español.
Yeah, but, pero ¿qué va a hacer si no habla español? She's going to take
Un curso.
yeah, a
Classes.
course. Yeah. Do you remember the number of hours of the course? No. ¿Recuerdan cuántas horas eran del curso?
No.
No. It was a 40-hour course. Yeah, it was a 40-hour course. So, okay, you can write all of that in other information. Okay, now let's listen to the next one, which is Matthew.
Matthew.
Excuse me, do you have a moment?
Yeah, okay.
Where are you going?
To Australia.
That's a long flight. Are you going to stop on the way?
No, I'm going direct to Melbourne.
Why Melbourne?
I'm going to work there. I'm a model and we're going to do a photo shoot for a magazine.
That sounds exciting. What kind of clothes are you going to model?
Winter clothes for next season. It's winter in Australia now, so it's going to be quite cold. That's why we're going there.
Of course, it's their winter. How cold do you think it's going to be?
I'm not quite sure. About 8 or 9 degrees during the day and colder at night, I suppose.
Well, have a good trip. And I hope the photos are fabulous.
Thanks.
Now, where is it going?
Australia.
Australia. Very good. Why?
Trabajar.
He's going to work.
He's going to work. What any
Melbourne.
Yes. What any other information did you understand?
Trabajar como modelo.
Yes. as a
She's going to
model.
model. He's going to do a photo shoot for a magazine.
Yeah, very good. What kind of clothes or what kind of photo shoots? Did you understand that? Now we said the winter. It was for the winter season. Now let's listen to the last one, which is Lily.
Lily.
Excuse me, do you have a moment?
Okay, sure.
Where are you going?
To Budapest.
Why are you going there?
I'm going to a conference.
So it's a work trip?
Yes. But I'm also going to see an old friend there. Actually, an old boyfriend. Someone I went out with a long time ago.
When did you decide to meet up again?
Well, I knew he was working at Budapest University. So when the conference came up about a month ago, I got in touch with him on Facebook.
Is he going to meet you at the airport?
I don't think so. But who knows?
How do you feel about it?
Quite excited. It's going to be strange meeting again after all these years.
Well, good luck. I'm sure you're going to have a great time. And enjoy the conference too.
Thanks very much.
Okay, so where is Lily going?
Budapest.
To Budapest. Why?
She's going to a conference.
Yeah. What any other information? Oh, okay, she's going to a conference. What any other information did you understand?
She's meeting with boyfriend.
Yeah. Yeah, very good. After a long time, she says. Very good. Okay, guys. So for tomorrow, remember we have 2 activities on Moodle that you have to do. They are both in Unit 2B. Okay, so igual se las paso, la pongo en el archivo de los deberes. And for tomorrow, para mañana simplemente vamos a chequear these slides, estas diapositivas de be going to. Okay, vamos a estar revisando el futuro utilizando going to, como en español para decir yo voy a viajar o yo voy a comer o nosotros vamos a hacer tal cosa. So in English, that is done or achieved through the use of going to. So I'm going to share these slides in the group and you are going to check them for tomorrow so that you have an idea of what we are going to be checking tomorrow in class. Now, do you have any questions before finishing the class? No? Is everything okay?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, very good. So I will send you the slides through the WhatsApp group so that you can check them and see you tomorrow at 6. Thank you for being on time and have a very good night. Thank you very much.
See you, mister.
See you. Take care. Bye.